Where do you think you're going?
I was just...
No, you're not. You're going to the Krusty Krab and get that job.
I can't. Don't you see? I'm not good enough.
Whose first words were, "May I take your order"?
Mine were.
Who made a spatula out of toothpicks in wood shop?
I did.
Who's a big yellow cube with holes?
I am.
Who's ready?
I'm ready.
Who's ready?
I'm ready.
Who's ready?
I'm ready. And then I'm going to cut the silence out. Hey guys, what's up? This is the pilot episode of the Two Things That Won't Work podcast. I am your host, Marcus Chronicle, and I'm here with...
Neon Greystone.
And this is a retrospective podcast of, right now, Spongebob. We are in a very unique, generation for SpongeBob. We were born before it, but we physically cannot remember a time before SpongeBob.
Yeah, it's always been there.
Yeah, so we were both born in '98.
Yeah, and the pilot aired before we were born.
The pilot aired May 1st of '99.
I thought it aired in... Oh yeah, it aired in Australia in '98, in April.
Yeah, so we have always been just kind of in SpongeBob. I have always just, gravitated to it as a kid and all. But there's also a bunch of shows like Rocko's Modern Life and stuff like that I've not seen, but I know it was essentially SpongeBob before SpongeBob.
Yeah, Rocko was a little bit of an inspiration for SpongeBob.
Yeah. But to go ahead and get into it, today we are looking at the first episode of SpongeBob, a trilogy of a pilot, if you will. The episodes Help Wanted, Reef Blower, and Tea at the Treedome. And we'll get into the synopsis here in a second. But
yeah, just on that, Rocko was how Tom Kenny met, Steven Hillenburg. How he got introduced.
Did Steven Hillenburg work on that? Or?
No, I believe he had a friend that worked on it, but it was Rocko's voice that inspired him to reach out for SpongeBob's.
Okay. I've seen 2 or 3 episodes of Rocko's Modern Life, but it wasn't a thing of, I saw it as a kid. I grew up and went... I've heard good things about this. It was right before the movie came out.
Oh yeah, I still haven't seen that movie, but I saw 4 or 5 episodes as a kid growing up.
Yeah. I didn't hate it. I just had other things going on.
I think it was too adult, not adult like what you think today, but It was more mature, I guess, when I was 6 and 7.
Yeah. But yeah, this podcast is going to be a lot of us rambling about back when we were kids.
Back in my day.
Back in my day, we used to have to walk 20 miles to get to our podcast. Uphill, both ways, in the snow. I'm old enough now that I am quoting that at things, but not in a way that I'm angry about it yet, and I can't wait to be angry about it.
I haven't been angry about it, but I have caught myself going back in my day before.
Anytime I hear someone go back in my days, I immediately... We used to have to walk 20 miles both ways in the snow. I do it every time. And right now it's a joke, and soon it won't be.
I've heard it said not as a joke. Which is the strangest thing.
Good. But...
So, this episode, we get to see SpongeBob get his job. Is he ready?
Let's before we get into that, let's read the synopsis for the episode. I'm going off IMDb, which is somewhat the best one I could find in the time that I've been looking this up, and by that I mean it's still not very good. For episode 1, they have, under Help Wanted, SpongeBob attempts to fulfill his dream of working at the Krusty Krab. And then, for Reef Blower, they have nothing.
Yeah, okay.
And at the Treedome, SpongeBob meets a squirrel named Sandy and goes to extreme lengths in an attempt to impress her. I mean, those things happened. But
that is part of it. They're not wrong.
They're not wrong. But I feel like a little more context should be given. Those
aren't the same descriptions as a kid either. Like, well, I didn't have the cable box very often, but like once we got it, it would have decent detailed descriptions of the episodes.
Yeah, because they're always written by different people on everything.
I don't know whose job it was to write them, but I would love reading those as a kid.
When I was a kid, I had we used to have Dish, and
oh yeah, Dish had the thing too, right?
The thing,
the like TV guide that you could push the button to get.
Yeah. Dish was one of the ones I had a TV.
I went to channel 60 before we had that to figure out what was playing, and it would scroll. Like, at its set pace. You were in no control of this, and you got no descriptions, just what was playing when.
Yeah, we had Dish for a while, up until 2010, I want to say.
That's too long to have Dish.
Yeah. Then Dish was expensive, so my parents swapped to Direct. And I had DirecTV the rest of my childhood. I hated it.
Don't end up combing your cellmate's back hair in prison. Get DirecTV.
I hated having DirecTV because all the channels are different.
They are different, yeah.
So it annoyed the hell out of me for months. And by months, I mean years.
Did it have the, like, point channels?
Point?
Like, 68.7 is Nick HD.
Yeah, but they were not a point.
It used just whole numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, they, actually, I think Direct, at the time, because, it's all HD now, they use, like, the channel it was in SD, but then they would just make a second one that said HD.
Yeah, well, we had that once we didn't get the box till, like, 2011, dude, or 2010. Yeah. Like, it was pretty late before I had a TV guide I could control. Loved it, but yeah, I'd scroll through and we had Warner, I guess at the time, whatever Spectrum used to be called, Roadrunner.
Yeah.
When we got it, it was called Roadrunner, and it had Nick would be 67.1, and it would be Nick SD, and that's what we used most of the time. And then we got a flat screen, and we got the option for Nick HD, and it would be 67.8 or something, but it would say Nick HD on the guide.
Yeah.
I don't know why it used decimals.
But back to what I was saying. When we got DirecTV, the only thing that I thought was cool about it was if you looked at the description of any episode of any show, it would tell you the season, the episode number, and the original air date. And
I loved that. Spectrum, Warner, whatever did.
Yeah, I thought that was cool as a kid. And then SpongeBob was wrong.
Dude, I always thought it was... Yeah, I'd find typos in it occasionally, and I loved that.
No, here's why SpongeBob was wrong. Because it didn't count the pilot as episode 1.
Oh, it didn't?
No, because that was during...
See, it was going on the DVD, off the DVD, I guess, then.
No, it's because that was during the time when episode 1 wasn't able to air.
Well, I know on the DVDs you didn't get episode 1.
Well, didn't you get it on the...
You didn't get it on 100? Season 1. You got it on the first 100, but not on season 1.
Yeah, I know it was on season 1.
I had the season 1 DVDs.
When I hear SpongeBob DVD, you know the jingle. I only go to the season 2 DVD because it was on everything.
So I had... all new second season. All new second season. Are you ready? Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that jingle was on the season 1 DVD.
It was. I had the season 1 DVD, and I loved that. And it would play the camping episode. It would play the one where they go in the kelp forest. It would play that one a lot, and have them
SpongeBob?
bouncing up and down. Yeah. It'd have Club SpongeBob going, "Are you ready? All new special features! All new special features!"
I remember when I was a kid, I got a VHS tape from the library. Just rented it. And it was, I think it was a Rugrats VHS tape.
Was it orange?
I don't remember. I know it was Nick, because
A lot of the Nick ones were orange.
It advertised the Rugrats and Thornberrys movie on it, and then immediately went into the season 2 SpongeBob DVD commercial, and I went, "Your VHS tape!"
You should be advertising the competition.
I remember yelling at my TV that this is a VHS tape. I don't know why.
SpongeBob had some VHSs, not many.
Yeah. But
I actually had the pilot on DVD because I had seasons 1 and 3 on DVD. I did not have 2 as a kid, so I never got the one they were fucking advertising. But I got 3, and 3 had the 3rd disc, and on the 3rd disc of 3, and it even confirms it on here on 3. It doesn't say where, but it was on the 3rd disc. It had the bonus feature, and one of the bonus features was the pilot.
yeah.
And it had, I'm pretty sure, it doesn't specify on here, I'm pretty sure it had the original ending credits.
And once you finished it, it played the season 2 jingle.
Dude, every time I put any of those discs in, it would play that fucking... I loved it as a kid, though.
I love it now. Like, I have never...
I forgot I remembered it until you said jingle, and and then it clicked.
I never saw a single commercial for the season 1 or the season 3 box set.
No. No, I think I saw a trailer for season 1, but I think it was on a PlayStation 1 or 2 game that I had an ad for the season 1 SpongeBob DVD as one of the features on it. I can't remember what it was.
To be fair, I also very rarely saw commercials for like anything I was interested in as a kid, and we'll get into that like a much later podcast. But the season 2 SpongeBob I saw way too much, too many times.
I still have 1 or 2 of the DVDs from the SpongeBob. I lost the first disc for season 1 at some point in my life. And I don't know if I still have any of the season 3.
Okay. Let's get back to this episode. What other... You have some trivia pulled up, don't you?
Yeah, I got some trivia pulled up.
Throw me out one of those.
Let's see. So, the episode was finished in 1997, and it was actually released to Nickelodeon employees on a VHS titled, Nickelodeon Best of 98. So, yeah, and it had the original intro and ending credits. So, that was on a VHS tape before it was on anything else, which obviously for the time. But, dude, it would have been so cool to grab one of those.
Yeah.
It also originally aired with the Cat Dog pilot in 97, but only in Australia.
Well, I immediately went to eBay to see if I could find this VHS.
Dude, it would be so... The Best of Nicktoons 1998.
Yeah, no, it's not on there, but...
It was on an employees-only DVD, but it says they released it, to the employee... So I don't know where you went to buy that as, an employee at Nick.
They just had a stack of, 40 DVDs that you could just walk by, grab one, and leave.
So SpongeBob also... It's not on here, but SpongeBob also had, a pamphlet they sent out to, reviewers and stuff originally, back before the pilot aired, or right after. Oh yeah, my laptop's dying. Will you hand me that cable?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I know one of those was found a little while back on one of those lost media channels I was watching, and I think that's pretty cool. I'd never heard of those before. Those little gift bag things for reviewers. It had a bunch of SpongeBob merch, SpongeBob Fun in the Sun or Beach Day or something.
Yeah. But yeah, that would, I hope someone can find that VHS or DVD or whatever the hell it is.
VHS originally. I'm gonna look around and see if I can find anything on it. But
it would be cool to be able to have that. That'd be the ultimate piece of merch.
But, it really would.
So to get into the episode proper, we open up and we get the French narrator for the first time. We go all the way into Bikini Bottom to SpongeBob's house to Conch Street.
Yeah, Conch Street.
Yeah. So I don't know how I remember that. Speaking of, I was going to put it on earlier today. I actually have the Narmak has the SpongeBob anime, and he had a bunch of SpongeBob shirts. I don't know if he still sells them, but one of them is just Conch Street.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I own that shirt. And I went, I'm going to put that on because we're going to record the pilot for this today. And I thought, I don't know where the hell that is. So I just didn't bother. I didn't look for it. But I took one of the notes I took during our watch of this episode.
Oh, I found one.
Was you found the thing?
Yeah, Best of Nicktoons 1998. Employees only.
$35?
It's probably not an original. It's on Etsy. Yeah, it's on Etsy. It's probably not an original. I don't know how accurate it is. It says it's from a place called RetroFam. And yeah, it's got a bunch of OES stuff, some commercials, and the pilot to Angry Beavers, Cat Dog, and Spongebob Squarepants.
I mean, even if it's just a reproduction, that wouldn't be bad to have.
It looks weathered as hell, but it could totally be like aftermarket weathering.
You should get it.
I might have to.
Like,
Oh, it's got the Be Kind Rewind.
Like, even if it is a reproduction, it would still just be a cool thing to own.
It would be a really cool collector's piece.
Yeah. But we noticed in this episode, you mentioned it as I was writing it. The SpongeBob's bedroom is flipped in here.
Yeah, his bed's on a completely different side.
Yeah. That's as a kid, I never noticed that. But, as you grow up, you pay more attention, you see things.
Well, it's also darker, and we saw it from a higher angle than normal. It looked not intimidating, but it looked a lot less friendly than it does later.
Yeah.
And Gary's pupils were small, and the colors a little less saturated, which you could blame that on whatever, but the show seemed a lot less like it was trying to be marketable.
So, I have a question that I was thinking of when we watched the episode tonight. So Gary always sleeps next to SpongeBob. He's got his bowl. He's on the newspaper.
Yeah, he's got his newspaper.
SpongeBob uses newspaper as Gary's litter box through much of the show. Why the fuck is he making Gary sleep on that?
Yeah, he does. And he mentions, I've got to change Gary's newspaper. We see that in at least one episode.
Why the hell does he...
We also, I'm pretty sure in one episode, see, like, stink lines coming off the newspaper.
Could you imagine if you were with someone who said, hey, you're welcome to sleep here, but you gotta sleep on the shitter? Why is SpongeBob making Gary sleep?
I mean, aside from having done that before, personally. But, yeah, so it's also, Gary's always a cat. He meows, he's got a litter box occasionally.
Yeah.
He does the cat thing, he gets in his tree, he doesn't like baths. But the newspaper thing isn't a cat thing, that's a dog thing.
Yeah. It's like a dog training thing.
Yeah, like puppy pads, but back in the day, I guess they used newspaper. Use what you got.
They were absolutely the most absorbent thing. Why doesn't make them disintegrate at all?
Yeah, but... Well, it's better than staining your carpet. But it's an odd choice. I guess they didn't want to draw a litter box early on, or it was just quirky.
Yeah. I don't know. I would notice that one. Why the hell? Who's making their pet sleep where they shit? Why?
It's an odd choice. It's an odd choice.
Oh, also, this podcast absolutely is not for children.
Oh, yeah, no,
We're going to swear me because I don't care and Neon because he has no filter.
I forget to filter myself.
You do it constantly.
I've been working on that, actually. I've been reprimanded a little bit before, at work and at home.
Really? Your parents don't feel like the type to...
Well, they curse a lot, but Mom said she doesn't like hearing me do it every other breath, and I'm like, I shouldn't do it that much. Like, it's not a conscious thing.
Like, I still, depending on where I am, will not swear. I don't do it around my mother.
Well, there's places it naturally, stops, and you're not conscious of it. You behave differently in different environments.
Every time I'm talking to someone at work, I think about it, and I go, I'm not gonna.
I've been getting better lately at work about not doing it. Now that it doesn't matter because I'm not in customer service anymore.
Yeah.
I just started learning that, like, getting it down and then, left. But on to, like, the houses and the environments, SpongeBob's house isn't the only thing that looks a lot different in the pilot.
Yeah, as you mentioned it, Squidward's house is very different.
Yeah, it's got reeds in the back, like, sticking up, and his steps are different. No, the house's shape is a little less, symmetrical, but that's, hand-drawn. But the steps are like split logs facing curve up in the sand.
Which would be the worst thing you could do.
You would not want to walk on that. I have seen that in real life, and I've walked on those in real life, and it sucks. Especially in the winter.
Yeah. Like, you slip and fall constantly.
Yeah, because they're curved. But I liked the reeds aesthetic, actually. Because Squidward's whole thing, the doors in his house are reed, and like the furniture.
It definitely looks nice.
It looks lovely, and I can't confirm it right now, but I'm pretty sure his house has the reeds in it in either Revenge of the Flying Dutchman or the beta of Revenge of the Flying Dutchman.
It might have been the beta. Like, I know we
because they used stock art. Right? They used stock art because half the producers had seen the show and loved it. That's why they did it, and then the other half hadn't and weren't familiar because it was still relatively new at the time.
Yeah.
Like, I think they started work on it either before Season 2 started airing, or right after it started airing.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. I will say, that game had some cool areas, but...
It laid the groundwork, man. It walked so others could run. It wasn't a polished product.
No, it was not.
It came down to it. And they'll admit it to you. I'm sure you've seen the same videos I have, but they ran out of time. They ran out of budget. Nick started shafting them over it.
Yeah,
you haven't seen anybody talk about it?
I've seen people talk about it, but no one's ever mentioned, gone in depth.
Oh, I've watched two, multi-hour video essays on the backstory of that game.
I have not. Because everyone wants to use the music, and I can feel the...
Yeah. So, the music tied to the costume, not a fun choice.
Yeah.
Especially because you're going to be in the jellyfishing outfit for most of the game.
99% of the game, yes.
Yeah. And they have good music, you just never get to hear it. But yeah, partway through production, they did really well on it. And Nick went, we want to hire you. Join us, become a studio subsidiary of Nick. Make our games. And they went, we'll think about it. That's a great offer. They discussed it, said, that's a great offer. We'd love to be part of that. But we like freedom to choose and do what we want. We don't want, we started this so we could be our own bosses. Yeah. And they went, cool, sounds great. And then blacklisted them from the entire video game market.
Yeah, Nick is not a great company.
Yeah, told anyone else that worked with them they wouldn't work with them, shafted them. And so then, and also stopped paying them partway through on time, just to torture them because they could. And, they had to rush out the game. They finished it. Most of the people who worked on that game, the last 2 or 3 months they worked on it, did not get a paycheck. And they had to sell off the studio and all the products, all the furniture and everything in there to try to pay people.
You should look up the hell that was Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. Cause
wait, that's a game about his buddy Sparks, I guess, then? Or?
It was the 5th game in the series. I want to say... the 4th? I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was the 4th. And I think Hero's Tale came after. But it was... It went through so much developmental hell. The people who were in charge of running it, I think, were doing some real illegal things. I think there were rumors or accusations of embezzlement.
Shit.
I can't remember. And the person I watched talk about it was like, yeah, the people have contacted her since, and she this person is so openly hostile about it. And I don't know. It's been a while. But the behind the scenes for that game is wild.
Dude, the history of some of these games, man.
Yeah, some games you learn the history and you go, oh, that sucks that they had to go through that, but they got a good game, and you go, they went through that?
Anybody interested in that SpongeBob Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, look up It's Who Needs Normal? Revenge of the Flying Dutchman.
I want to be clear. I was worried that we get like done with every talking point we have for this episode, and it'd be like 15 minutes. We've gotten 25 minutes already, and we
got to the first 2 frames.
We got to SpongeBob room is flipped. That's it.
I was worried we'd get we'd clam up because I get nervous sometimes when we're not often anymore, but sometimes.
Yeah, like I wasn't too worried about any of that because I bullshit all the time, and then we've been doing D&D stuff for a while. So I'm not too worried about, not talking.
So we see SpongeBob get, run down Conch Street. He waves to Patrick and all that.
Yeah. And
we obviously like that segment.
Yeah. Yeah. He gets to the Krusty Krab, unless we have,
No, that's where I was trying to transition. So we see a lot of early stuff, and early on, I don't think they had all the characters nailed down. No. I really like I love Patrick. I'll get into that a little bit later, but I like the banter, the back and forth between Mr. Krabs and Squidward. Yeah. They feel like real people, like a real, small business people,
I, as a kid, loved them going, Squidward will vouch for me? No.
Yeah, pulls him to the side, makes a big deal of it. No.
That killed me as a kid.
I loved that. I'd do that sometimes as a kid. Go no. I'd take the exaggerated breath.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta do it. I will say, when I was a kid, anytime I actually got to see this episode, it would bug the hell out of me that Krabs' eye stalks are a lighter shade than his body.
Yeah, they're like a light pink. Yeah, they look almost like he's molted on his eyes.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I went, why are his eyes drawn like that? It looks weird.
Well, Squidward's also a lighter color.
Yeah.
But that's like saturation or whatever, VHS. It's a great medium, but it's not always the most color accurate.
They definitely didn't have all the characterization down. Right?
But I liked it. Mr. Krabs is still probably cheap in this. We see him love his comically large sack of money at the end, right before, the Tiny Tim's estate plays and gets cursed, but we see him just bantering back and forth with Squidward, and it feels wholesome in a way. They're friends, they've known each other a while. He takes Squidward's word on it.
Yeah.
He trusts Squidward enough to go, or at least likes him enough to go, no, I'm not going to put him through this. If he doesn't like the guy, he knows him clearly.
Yeah. During that scene, I was just staring at Squidward's legs because they were oddly short compared to the rest of his body. I'm like, huh.
The characters are all very amorphous in this. When we see SpongeBob and Patrick jump up and down like I'm ready, they constantly squash and they're like Play-Doh characters almost.
Yeah, it definitely has a different feel. But
Mr. Krabs is also very fat in this. I think SpongeBob is shorter in the pilot, maybe compared to the other characters or something. But we're seeing at a lower down angle of Mr. Krabs, and you can see the underside of his gut, and it's a different vibe.
When SpongeBob was lifting his weights at the beginning of the episode, he was trying to pull them up, and I went, his shoulders are very small compared to the rest of his body.
Comically small.
I never noticed that before. And just this time, yep, there they are. They are.
I noticed his lip. I've always looked at the kid. I've drawn him before. Even as a kid. But I never thought about his lip, the glasses he wears, especially, and the gel when we see him jellyfishing in Tea at the Treedome. Yeah. For a minute, the buck teeth. He's supposed to be a dork.
Yeah.
SpongeBob is not popular, and then I'll elaborate more on it later. But he wants to be cool. He constantly wants to be cool.
He very much does.
He's an underdog. I like it. You want to root for him.
I will say, not involving the episode, every once in a while when we're in the Krusty Krab, I'll just go, man, it was awesome as a kid. My brother had Nickelodeon Party Blast.
That's not a good game.
No, it's not. But we had it on PC, on the computer.
Okay, you have the best version.
I know it's also on GameCube, and I think it's on PS2.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's on Xbox, but it could be. I don't remember. I do not know. But we had it on computer. Player 1, by the way, got to use the arrow keys. And, like, I think the space bar was...
So Player 2 had the mouse.
But Player 1 had the mouse and the arrow keys. Player 2 had WASD and a bunch of other controls. I don't know. I was always Player 2 and didn't know how the fuck to move.
Yeah.
So it was a nightmare.
The only Nicktoons PC game I ever had was NBA Jams. Which is also not a game you don't want a controller for.
But that game, we played it all the time. But one of the reasons why we played it all the time is they had a game mode called Food Fight.
Yeah.
Which was a lot of fun. It had like the Pickles kitchen, an Invader Zim restaurant. I don't remember if like the restaurant named Invader Zim that was popular.
I mean, it's either that pig one or the taco one.
Yeah,
Crazy Taco or the pig.
I don't know.
I like Crazy Taco personally, but you know.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've watched Invader Zim enough to remember anything about like the locations.
Yeah.
Other than Zim's house, Dib's house, and the fucking school.
Those are the constants.
Yeah, the constants that everyone remembers. But one of the areas in the food fight was the Krusty Krab, which was awesome.
Yeah, that's the one you pick.
Yeah. So we got to run around and throw Krabby Patties at each other. But one of the areas was the top area above Squidward, like up.
Yeah, above the boat. Yeah.
So you could get up there, and that was always like the go-to spot of I'm getting up there. I'm gonna dominate from up here, even though food doesn't spawn up here. So
it's a cool location, and I think you get up there in Revenge of the Flying Dutchman too.
Yeah.
You can get up there. I don't know if you can in Battle for Bikini Bottom. I want to say no. Not at least without glitching something.
I can't remember if you can even get into the Krusty Krab in the Battle for Bikini Bottom.
But no, that like it's as a kid, even today, it's fun to be able to just walk around Bikini Bottom.
This mic keeps like going up and down with my audio and my audio only.
Oh, mine's pretty stable.
Yeah, it was like my waveform for that last sentence was like minuscule, and then
Okay.
I don't know. Like this is
It has a front only mode. I couldn't remember what color it alternates between red and green. I didn't know which color meant front only. I thought it might be on that. Yeah, I set it to front only just then.
We'll say like that, and hopefully that'll be enough to fix it.
No idea.
Well, yeah, whatever.
Can it see you?
Yeah, I'm being more consistent now, so
Okay.
that's awesome.
But like Battle for Bikini Bottom, like all those are fun as a kid because you're walking around Bikini Bottom, Conch Street, Jellyfish. Like it's fun to just be there as a kid, and even an adult, man.
Yeah, and I never got that.
The only SpongeBob game I had for the longest time was that PS1 one, the one you...
Super Sponge.
Yeah, I had Super Sponge on the PS1, and I got some other games later, but like that was it in Nicktoons NBA Jams.
I had Super Sponge, and then my brother and I had the first 3 Nicktoons Unite games.
I got Nicktoons Unite later.
Yeah, Nicktoons Unite was awesome as a kid. They're not.
It was Nicktoons Unite's still fun. It's a little bit of a slog. It's a little too slow, but I think it's probably the most creative of them.
It is.
Volcano Island is the most nostalgic for me. I'm going to say it's my favorite, even though it's not probably the best.
I think it's probably the best.
And we burned through that in what, like 6 hours or 7?
Yeah, it's got the best story, and
it's got a story, a consistent one.
It has a fun cast of characters.
Now, you don't get to actually run around any of their worlds, which sucks.
Yeah.
But they do get throw in props from their worlds.
Yeah. Attack of the Toy Bots, probably the worst one.
It has the least character personality.
But it has the biggest cast.
It does, and it has probably the most actual gameplay hours. Like, decent gameplay hours, not backtracking and crap.
I tried so hard to 100% that game as a kid.
Mr. Huggy is a... There's actually a little infographic on the box. don't know if you've seen that.
I don't know that entire odd
I
habit.
can't read it out, but God, it haunted me. But I've also beaten Globs of Doom.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't. I've only played that game for about 30 seconds, and it did not go well because the program crashed.
Dolphin's a lot more stable now.
Yeah.
But,
And I have a stronger computer now.
yeah. But, speaking on the Nicktoons Unites games, they're actually coming out with the new one, the Dice.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
I
about
don't know if that dates this, but that's not out yet when we record this.
Yeah, hopefully this will be out before that game comes out.
I'd like if these got uploaded.
I would like for this to be a weekly thing that we do.
I'd love that. Yeah, on to the fourth bullet point for me is one of the biggest things I noticed in the pilot was the characters will pause when talking. It feels very natural,
Yeah.
like in Bob's Burgers, how the characters talk. You know, not like in The Simpsons, it's like bullet, bullet, bullet.
Yeah.
But in in this, right, like Patrick paused to think and they take a breath before speaking. Mr. Krabs will like stop and like look at something before he speaks. They're not just waiting for the next line to get out.
Yeah, the pilot kind of has an almost improv-esque feel.
Yeah, it feels like the characters are actually thinking and reacting.
Yeah. And I think that goes for like the line we read at the beginning with Patrick. Like, stopping because he doesn't know what the hell he's saying.
Yeah, right. Like, it feels real. Like these, and I know it's a cartoon, obviously, talking sponge, blah 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 blah. You know, but like as a kid, these characters feel like you see them weekly, daily. You know, like these feel like friends, and the more real the characters feel, the better it. You know, like I think it sticks with you.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason SpongeBob is still a big phenomenon. You know, like all these years later, and like Invader Zim's not as big, and like other shows aren't.
Yeah. So, do you think Krabs knows that his restaurant's a crab trap?
Obviously it was retirement home first, the Rusty Crab, but I actually have a bullet point for that.
Really?
Well, sort of, because I put down, so all the houses in Bikini Bottom are old cans, carburetors off cars, they're scrap metal like human things. SpongeBob's house is an old pineapple. The Bargain Mart is a trunk off a pirate ship.
Yeah.
It's got the belts on it. It's got, the wood grain. You can see it.
Yeah.
Like, their windmill is like an old, like, a human-sized boat propeller.
Yeah.
Like, it's all human things they've scrapped. And I like how you can see it. Like, it makes it feel like they've took the stuff that falls into the ocean, they're making use of it.
Yeah.
It's charming in a way.
Like it's a man-made coral reef.
Yeah, like, it's become a natural part of their world, and they've made use of it.
Yeah. But I will throw out when Krabs sends SpongeBob away with like the needs to get the spatula. I can never remember exactly how he describes it.
The hydrodynamic spatula.
I just kind of realized that they haven't gotten Krabs to where he would eventually become, where he's just the
62 cents.
But in this episode, Krabs does something that I don't think he would do in literally any other episode. He sent SpongeBob not only on a goose chase to just get rid of him permanently, but he gave him the hat.
Oh yeah, he did. He put the hat on him and said,
He gave SpongeBob a hat, like, I'm not hiring you, but I'll give you a consolation prize.
Because SpongeBob walked in really excited. Like, Mr. Krabs didn't dislike SpongeBob.
I've never noticed that before.
Yeah, he sent him on, like, the Sneech chase or whatever they call it. Like, there's a word for it.
Yeah.
And, like, or on the snipe hunt. He sent him on a snipe hunt and expected never to see this kid again. But he did. He was nice to him. He was polite. And he didn't have to be.
Yeah.
He did Squidward a solid.
Yeah. It's nice getting to see Krabs not be the worst person in the show.
Well, I get why they wanted to tell the stories where the boss, Krusty Krab unfair. They wanted the greedy boss.
Yeah.
Because Squidward is supposed to be the everyman. SpongeBob is the ideal. He's a kid man. Yeah. He's not bitter yet, and we wanted to see how the world treats them.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed this portrayal, but I'd much rather what he is the rest of like classics.
I'd rather him stay kind of a father mentor figure, and they keep some of that later.
Yeah.
But I like Mr. Krabs being more friendly and personable.
Yeah.
But I get most of these people working on this show. Most people have had a bad boss.
I
and those
think
stories are fun to tell.
we'll get into it later in a later episode. But Krabs' best portrayal is absolutely in Arg. I think that's the best balance. But that will be a story for another day.
See, I was going to say Hooky.
Hoagie's good. That's a good one. But I think the middle path of greedy but also somewhat caring is But anyway, I will say of all the help wanted notes I've gone through all of them.
So one other thing I wanted to say just was I would laugh a lot of the time remembering the jokes before they'd even happen.
You do that all the time.
Well, and it's not something you do with every show, but it's like SpongeBob. It's got iconic jokes.
So behind the scenes, I don't watch a lot of SpongeBob and Neon anymore because it is impossible to watch a show when the motherfucker sitting next to you is saying every single line before the show says it.
About a second or two ahead.
Yes, it is infuriating.
I haven't watched this show without you maybe 5 times in 5 years. Like me and my sister watch shows. Me and sis don't watch SpongeBob because we've got it memorized.
Yeah.
And so we don't watch it. So I haven't seen these without you.
I will say, my favorite thing about that, at the very least, is you do that every time we watch SpongeBob. Every time.
I don't mean to. It's not a conscious thing.
And there's some, Simpsons jokes that if we're watching, you'll say them. I cannot watch Last Exit to Springfield with you and Gultaire anymore, because the second we get to
needs braces.
No, not that. The second you get to fucking Abe and
It was the style at the time.
Yeah, it's I
had an onion on my belt. It was the style at the time.
Because it's a very funny thing. But especially, Gultaire takes that one. You'll take, a few other ones in there. But Gultaire tries to do the whole thing, but he never remembers it.
No, it's funny.
And every time because he'll say it louder than the episode, so I can't even hear the joke. It drives me crazy. It's not that it happens, it's that it happens every time.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say before that, before the explanation, is it was so much fun watching Digimon the movie with you, because that's my SpongeBob for that. I can quote so much from that movie, and me doing that, going, he does this with SpongeBob, he can deal with it, I don't care.
It didn't bother me.
And then at one point you just went, man, it's wild when someone else does it.
It didn't bother me, but I did pick up on it.
It's I wasn't doing it to annoy you, I was just doing it because
it didn't annoy me. I was just like, huh.
That's what I do to everyone.
I thought it was weird, but it didn't bother me. It was kind of neat.
Because
you don't do it with other things.
It doesn't bother me very much, because I'll do a line or two every once in a while, but I try, if I'm watching the episode, I won't, if we watch an episode 2 or 3 times, I won't do the line every time.
Yeah.
Because if you do it every time, then it just becomes and now they're going to, butt in and say it, but not as well as the show. It's
I got you.
It doesn't bother me that you do it. Usually.
Yeah, I was about to, it doesn't sound like it doesn't always.
Sometimes.
But, other little fun fact before we change it is, I really like SpongeBob singing the jingle. I brought that up to you.
Yeah.
I really like it's just a very human thing. You walk into a store, you sing the little jingle. We're programmed.
Now on DVD.
Yeah.
Now on DVD. SpongeBob second season.
SpongeBob second season. Are you ready? And the song at the end. It's the episode was banned from season 1 DVD because of the Tiny Tim estate or whatever for Singing in the Sunlight, Loving in the Moonlight.
Yeah.
And it didn't air for years either, apparently.
Yeah, it was on. It was not on TV
because
for a
Nick
long
didn't
time.
want to pay the royalty,
Yeah,
which is wild to do to a pilot.
that's why they stopped having so much of like the classic music too, because they just didn't want to keep renewing the like licensing agreements.
Yeah, which I get, but
Yeah,
it's iconic, and not airing the pilot to a show often is an odd choice.
I very rarely see the pilots to like a lot of shows. Like as a kid, anytime you would see like the pilot to like Fairly Odd Parents, you'd go, "They're airing that."
It felt special to me when SpongeBob did it. It felt special when a couple shows did it. But yeah, I mean, they're normally not the best episode of the show.
Yeah, well, it's not even that. It's like anytime I see them, I go, "Oh, that's the pilot." The pilot's so good, and then
you never get to see it, so it felt special.
Yeah, they would never air the pilot, and like there's shows like King of the Hill. If you watch King of the Hill on TV, they just air one episode after another every night and all the way around. So if you miss the pilot, it'll come back around.
Yeah, give it a week.
Eventually, it will come back around.
Drake and Josh played the pilot a lot, I think.
I don't remember.
But like most shows, the pilot is rare. Like Fairly Odd Parents, Invader Zim, like the pilot's rare.
Yeah. But, SpongeBob, you just didn't get to see it very often.
No, and I didn't know why as a kid, obviously.
Yeah. It annoyed me anytime. It was like, man, I've seen all these episodes so much. Why won't they air a SpongeBob?
The biggest annoyance in the SpongeBob, though, not this episode, but the secret formula,
Yeah.
That killed a lot of kids.
I can't believe that's a season 3 episode.
It's so good. But yeah, moving on, I guess, to Reef Blower.
Yeah, Reef Blower. I don't have a lot of
beautiful
stuff.
Episode.
I will get to that later. Yeah, this is one of the actual first. This is like the first real short.
Yeah, it's like 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, because they did the season 5 shorts, and I think they've done a short more recently.
They have. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, there was a short in the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but this was like the first short.
And I'm sure you heard as a kid too that the audio was lost, right? Like that went around everywhere.
I was going to bring that up later, but yeah, I do have that as a note that there was a theory that the audio was lost.
So I heard that before the internet, because I didn't have the internet when the episode aired.
I heard it on YouTube first. I don't remember where, but when I first heard it, I went, "That sounds dumb."
I thought it sounded odd because they have sound effects, but I believed it as a kid. I was like 8 when I heard it, 9.
Yeah,
I was like, and I didn't have the internet. I was like, that sounds right. That's weird. I wonder what happened.
I was older because I remember as a kid going, "I wonder why they didn't have voices in this episode."
But you got to think they tried a lot of different things. First, pilot's 3 segments, and the second half no vocal audio.
Yeah,
like that's kind of creative.
Yeah, but. And a lot of it comes down to, like, the theory was based around, like, SpongeBob going, "You!" And just...
But it had the sound effect when he did it. Like, we heard the music score up.
Yeah, but it had subtitle, like, and everyone thought, oh, that's because the episode's audio got lost.
No, but you can see him mouthing "you."
Yeah.
I guess it's understood, but yeah, I get it.
And, that was the whole thing of, like, oh, they just lost the audio and they couldn't get...
they had to get the pilot out.
They couldn't get SpongeBob to come in and go, "You."
Yeah, they couldn't get the main VA.
They couldn't get Tom Kenny to come in and go, "You."
You. So, but, I'm a dumb kid. I always thought it would be so cool if they ever found it, if they put it back in.
I remember going into the comments of, like, the YouTube video and people going, "Man, I hope they find that SpongeBob audio." Really? Really? But yeah, no.
It is. It's. I think it's cool.
There's not much in this episode really to talk about.
I think it has the best art in the pilot of the 3 segments. But they didn't have the sound, but this segment, like especially when it first opens and sets in. Like, they've got all the different colors, the red, blue, and other colors, and the sand. It's bright. The first episode is bright, but this episode is a lot more saturated with the bright.
Yeah.
Like, it's not washed out, but it's bright.
It very much does look good. It's just, all of the jokes are visual jokes, and this is an audio podcast.
So I do think it's creative, using the, little shell that floats in on the wind as a leaf stand-in.
Yeah.
Like, that was cute. You also get to see SpongeBob's garage, obviously.
When we first see SpongeBob in Reef Blower, when I was a kid, it would annoy the hell out of me how he would just pop out of his window.
Yeah.
Because they're literally shoving a square block through a circle.
Yeah, square peg through a round hole.
And it would drive me crazy because I grew up learning that that's not how that works. It's like, every time. Every time. There are other things, like there's another notable character in this episode. I want to know?
I guess my leg guy?
Yeah, Fred's in this episode.
It's also the first time, not notable, but if we're throwing out things, the first time we see the boats as cars, we didn't see it in the pilot.
Yeah.
Like in the first segment, Help Wanted.
Yeah, but when he was being pulled through the intersection, oh, hey, there's Fred.
Yeah.
I'm making a note of this. I always thought SpongeBob picking up the dirt looked weird because they enlarge his hands.
Yeah. They play a lot with the size and shape of the characters early on.
Yeah, which is great. It's interesting to see things play around like that.
Yeah, this is also the most Looney Tunes-esque episode.
Yeah.
It was right out of, Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd.
Yeah. I think that might be one of the reasons why I had that memory of me shattering my toenail earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I was watching Looney Tunes with my family, and then I ended up dropping a Pepsi can on my toe.
Well, it is absolutely straight out of Looney Tunes.
Yeah. And when you're 3, all of those things are brittle.
They are. But you heal faster.
Yeah.
So I guess moving on to Tea at the Treedome, unless you've got something else.
No. Tea at the Treedome. I don't know about you, but I feel like I saw that segment more than I saw it.
Yes. So I remember it better than I remember anything. And I think it's because, when a show comes on, you're not always there. But
yeah.
You wander in. Yeah, I'll wander in half the time on this, halfway through the Reef Blower, and go, oh, shoot, the pilot.
Yeah.
But this is the segment I remember the best. And first fun fact for this one is, this is, I think, of the pilot, the first time we hear that iconic Hawaiian jingle in an episode at the opening.
Maybe.
Because it is that sting they play the most. That do 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 do.
I don't pay super a lot of attention to SpongeBob's music. I know the Merman Man and Barnacle Boy theme. The thing I have for that the most is that it was in a Simpsons episode.
Yeah, I get that, but I've always I listen to the music, and this has got the the one that iconic Hawaiian hula vibe sound. And
the other thing before we get into anything actually going on in the episode is pertaining to the episode. I was telling you this earlier, and you have a story as well. This is the episode I remember. This is my first memory of SpongeBob is this episode, but it's not the first time I saw the episode with my first memory. Because I was probably 2 or 3 at the time. I do not know. I remember being able to talk. Because I was... I remember that I was eating fucking ravioli listening to this episode.
That's a good memory.
I remember what I was eating because of this. But me and my brother were having lunch, and we were sitting in the kitchen with our mother. The TV was going, it was playing SpongeBob, and the way our kitchen was set up was my brother and I could be shoved off in a corner where we could kind of see the TV from the kitchen, because, the layout.
Yeah, and it's an old tube.
Yeah. So, we're sitting, at this time, I can't even see it because I'm further to the left than normal. So, I can't see the TV. but it's going, and SpongeBob is playing. And as soon as SpongeBob gets to Patrick to ask what is air, my brother and I, we didn't look at each other, but we both did the exact same thing at the same time. We picked up our drinks and stuck our pinkies out. And I remember my mom going, "What are you two doing?" And we just went, I don't think my brother said anything, but I went, "Being fancy." And then you just stick your pinky out. That's what you do when you want to be fancy, or whatever Patrick says.
Yeah.
And that's
just fancy talk.
That's just forever in my brain. That's my first memory of SpongeBob, is reacting to something before it appeared in the episode. So it was already ingrained.
And that's my, I remember being like 8, 9, 10, and up to this point, I didn't even like consciously know why, but anytime I'd pick up a drink, like this wasn't sometimes, this was like every time. It wasn't even like, it was muscle memory. I'd leave my pinky out. And one time my mom asked, why do you do that? And the episode wasn't playing, but I was just like, it's fancy. Pinky out, pinky out, and then I'd pick up my drink.
One of the things I remember, when I was a kid, I would just randomly hear it, "When in doubt, pinky out." And I don't know if it was just my mind going, "Let's just play this audio clip like a soundboard."
Yeah.
Or if I'd be in school and I'd just hear it because a kid said it. And
it
I'm
was
like,
pretty
"When in
iconic.
doubt, pinky out."
So an entire generation or more is just fucked.
That's our generation. It was ingrained from the start.
I remember doing that in middle school. Not as often. But I remember doing it and trying to having to stop myself.
I should mention that, I've said my brother and I a lot of times. I also have a sister who fucking hates SpongeBob.
I think as a teen it was probably cooler to hate SpongeBob. The kids' show.
She didn't like how SpongeBob acted.
Like he's dorky or loud or...
She found him to be too mean? I don't know.
He was competitive early on.
Yeah, I don't know. But
well, I had a kid in my neighborhood who couldn't watch the show because it was too violent, his parents said.
Yeah. But, now that she has kids, she did her damnedest to make sure that they did not watch SpongeBob.
And they still do. I imagine.
The oldest one did, because, he was from my brother-in-law's first marriage. And, they kept their first son away from it for a while, but he's still, SpongeBob. And
it's a cultural icon.
The second kid together, absolutely gone. Like this, he has already just. When I was over there, not last, but the time before last.
Yeah.
He was wanting to watch SpongeBob, so I went and put it on in his room because he has a TV in the back.
Yeah.
And he said, "Do you like SpongeBob?" "Yep, I grew up watching it. Do you want to watch SpongeBob with me?" And I looked at the TV and it was season 8. I went, "I'm going to go talk to your mom for a little bit and I'll come watch SpongeBob with you later." And then I did not.
Yeah.
Because I did not want to watch Squidward's School for Grown-Ups.
No.
Like, if he was in the classic seasons, I would have sat down and watched an episode or two with him, but...
Yeah, sparing 11 minutes of a classic episode with a kid,
Yeah.
But dude, I think it's because, right, like, and this could be, my own little thing, but it's the social, like, parasocial relationship. These characters, as a kid, they're cartoons or whatever, but like, they're like people, they were written more realistically early on.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like, it's like seeing a friend betrayed, or like in a state, when I see Patrick eat a diaper, Squidward get shit on for no reason. Like, it feels bad.
But I realized something about me today. In a couple of years, I think I'm just going to start carrying a spoon around with me so that anytime I'm around my family, when my nephews get, when they can actually start using knives, anytime I'm just going to go, "You think that's a knife? This is a knife," and I'm going to pull out a spoon.
You call that a knife? This is a knife. No!
Just in hopes that one day one of them will go, "That's a spoon." I've seen you play. I've
Knifey
seen you play
Spoony before.
Knifey Spoony before. Because only like 2 people in the room at the time will get it. It'll be my brother-in-law or my dad, and then me, and that's it.
I see you've played Knifey Spoony before.
It's great. I want to start carrying a spoon around just so that anytime I'm around someone with a knife, I can just pull out a spoon and quote Simpsons. But anyway, back to SpongeBob.
Yeah.
The second Simpsons.
Indeed. Yellow character, man.
It really is. I've told you this before, but SpongeBob really is the Simpsons
Of the
on
2000s.
speed.
Yeah, well, it's a lot faster.
Yeah.
It had the rise faster than Simpsons did, and it had the fall faster than the Simpsons
And
did.
then they both recovered for a bit, and then have been very inconsistent.
They'll still, yeah, you'll see the odd interesting episode of The Simpsons and the odd interesting episode of SpongeBob. Season 15 had some good episodes. Not a lot, but it had some.
Yeah. So, I really need to know this. When SpongeBob meets Sandy, he goes, "A land squirrel." What the fuck is a sea squirrel?
I mean, I want to say that's not a real thing.
Like, he specifically says, "It's a land squirrel." There are other types of squirrels.
I mean, maybe it's like, it's a spaceman, it's a man from space.
But that would indicate there has to be a squirrel under sea already.
Hey, check out the fish called Sandy.
Don't. That episode's not good.
No, but, yeah, I mean, that's a fair question.
I just immediately think, huh.
I could see a kid asking that, like, very easily.
Yeah.
There's a seahorse, and then a land horse. There's a sea bear. I wasn't that stupid, but there's a kid out there that thought sea bears were real. I guarantee it.
So I think you might have been there that night, but a couple years ago, my dad got a new fire pit thing, and they invited everyone over to come have s'mores. I can't remember if you were there or not. I think I invited you, might not have shown up or something. I don't know. I think this was back when you were still in college, so.
I was very busy and tired.
But we went over having s'mores, and I just hear my oldest nephew, this is a couple years ago. This is back probably 2019. So I just hear him start singing the campfire song.
Yeah, C-A-M-P. Yeah.
And he was singing it, and I went, "That's not how you spell campfire."
Yeah.
But he started singing it, and I thought, I know every single lyric. He's singing them wrong.
To be fair, it's not a complex song.
I should correct this.
Did you?
No. I regret not doing it.
Whenever I hear someone spelling something, I do my... It is everything, and you have to start counting, because it will trip them up.
If you hear someone start spelling something, figure out what the word is before they finish it, and then the second they finish it, immediately redo it faster. SONG song. Just
A-C-E-T-A.
but
Yeah, so, fun fact here that me and, I think you for the first time noticed is, we see a later character in this episode for the first time other than Sandy. Friend is in this.
yeah, friend.
The blue jelly. Jellyfish are always pink in the show with the spots, and we see the blue jellyfish in this episode.
Yeah, and SpongeBob does not catch him.
He comes close, but he doesn't quite manage it.
He swings and misses.
He does.
I'm gonna call you friend. Zap.
It feels like someone wants to sell me something.
Is that from that episode?
Yeah.
That's one of the few jokes that I go, I can't ever remember what episode that's from.
Really?
Yeah.
I told you he was on to us.
I very rarely saw Jellyfish Hunter from beginning to end.
Fair.
I usually came in midway through it.
Well, that's a thing you did, back in the day. You don't do that today.
Yeah, I don't do that today when I can just go, I'm going to watch this episode on my hard drive.
I miss shows just airing, though. Sometimes I get tired of picking things.
Yeah. So I have a playlist of everything that I have
that you like.
That I literally just called it Cable Playlist, and it has literally everything on my hard drive in a playlist, and I just hit shuffle on that one. And I'll just hit forward, and then just... If it's a episode I'm like, I can't watch this right now, I'll skip it.
Hey, to be fair, that happened on cable, too.
Yeah, I'll go to something else.
But this is the episode that first figured out, like just now even, that like SpongeBob is a dork. We see him, he pulls out his field guide, he's got the butterfly net, he's out here either cataloging birds, jellyfish, or bees, depending on, take your metaphor for jellyfish. And he's out here in big-ass round glasses, he's got buck teeth, he's got the weird lip thing, little whiskers maybe even. He's a dork.
We also see, something that I don't think we ever see from Patrick again. He's sunbathing.
We see him sunbathe later. He does, but he never has the glasses again.
Yeah, no. I always thought those were weird-looking glasses, but I liked them on Patrick.
Well, the green glasses with the gold rims and arms.
Yeah.
It's all style.
Yeah.
And we see him sunbathe a lot because starfish do.
Yeah.
They sunbathe in tide pools, but we never see him with the glass, and I think it's a cool look.
Yeah.
But, so SpongeBob is a dork in this, and then Sandy starts doing the karate, he does the karate, and then later on when he's, like, dying, he's doing the pinky out, and Sandy does the hee-ya-ha-ha, and he's like, he's tired, he's feeling like shit, but he wants to be cool, so he does it still, even then.
Yeah.
And it's just, you can see, he wants to fit in. We really get this, like, and he does it more early on. He wants to win, he wants to be cool.
The sound effects when he is walking... when he is squeaking across the Treedome are so funny.
Right? And I want to point, Patrick wasn't wrong, either.
No.
Wears a head full of air. He said, you mean she puts on airs? And he said, I don't know. Well, if you put on airs, that is being fancy. You're acting like fancy. Patrick wasn't wrong.
So I will throw out, Sandy really should have realized that SpongeBob needed water much earlier.
She goes, if y'all needed water, you should have just asked that. They're in the ocean.
She opened the door for him. He landed and started flopping around.
Like a fish.
And I went, there's no water here.
Well, of course not. Nothing but air. Like, he told you the problem. I do like he lasted longer than Patrick, and he's a sponge, he absorbs water, he retains it.
He also got refilled slightly.
He did twice, in the bird bath and the tea, or glass, I guess, the water glass.
My favorite thing as a kid was, anytime I was just sitting somewhere silently for a while, I would just, eventually, if I locked on to something for long enough, I'd just start going, I don't need it.
I used to do that a lot as a kid in my head.
I definitely don't need it.
I do that with candy a lot as a kid.
I never did it with candy.
I don't need it. I need it. I need it.
What's that test where you put the marshmallow in front of a kid and walk away for 5 minutes?
Yeah, it's I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, you tell them if they wait, they get a second marshmallow. You see if they can wait or not.
I would have failed that as a kid.
Oh yeah, I mean most do.
I feel like you would have gone, okay, I'm gonna wait. And then it would be 4 minutes later, you go, where am I? Oh, hey, a marshmallow.
Yeah, it's a delayed gratification thing, and it's a cool one. But yeah, no, I forget things easily.
It would be
SpongeBob.
It would be 5 minutes later, and you go, where am I? Where'd my marshmallow go?
Which one of you, Flatfoot, stole my candy bar?
Which one of you, Flatfoot, stole my lollipop?
Yeah. Fucking calling police, that's an old reference.
Yeah, that is the thing that police were called.
But back to Patrick. Patrick's my favorite character in the first 4 seasons. Yeah. I loved getting to he in this episode and in the in the pilot. He felt very much like a college dropout, like a hippie guy. Like he's smart, but he doesn't know what's going on around him. He's book smart, but not street smart.
Yeah,
and he's like, we see him laid out. He's very much a hippie vibe to me, because in the pilot at least, never do we see him stupid. He sees SpongeBob nervous, he gives him a pep talk. SpongeBob has a question, he goes to Patrick, and then when SpongeBob's on his date, I'll say, Patrick, without being told, went over there to make sure his homie was doing okay.
Yeah, it's
Patrick's a bro in this too.
It feels different. Patrick gets definitely a lot dumber very quickly.
He
But it
doesn't
stays
get like
funny.
he doesn't get like dumpster diving, like eating trash out of a dumpster stupid for a while, but
Yeah,
he
that's,
does get a lot dumber by even like the 4th or 5th episode,
I think that's season 4. He starts getting like that dumb,
where he'll eat garbage.
but like, yeah, I think it's like episode 3 that he gets like stupid
Where they decide they want him to be the dumb friend.
because it's jellyfishing. That's the episode where it happens.
La 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 la.
But we'll get to it. Jellyfishing has one of my favorite jokes that is almost purely visual. But that'll be when we get to that episode.
Patrick also doesn't use his like baby voice in the pilot. He doesn't do that like do 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 like.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that like intonation. This is SpongeBob is very much the like naive fool, and he goes to Patrick for Patrick isn't always right, but he always has something.
Yeah. So, one of the things I always loved as a kid about this episode that stayed rent free in my mind for the longest time is SpongeBob finally gets over to the table and he goes, "I brought you flowers."
Oh yeah, and his finger breaks.
Yeah, it's the act of Sandy taking the flowers and his finger breaks off and then curls up.
Yeah, that one killed me as a kid.
That I love that animation so much. I don't know what it is. I think it's the sound effect of the snap.
Yeah, they're like a branch breaking.
It sounds so good and it is so funny.
My favorite line in the entire episode, favorite joke, is "Can't imagine why." And I know that one got you in this too. You started laughing at that too.
Yeah.
You're the first secreter to ever visit.
Can't imagine why.
And it's the way he says it. Like, he is dying. He's clearly being an ass when he says it.
I
Like,
noticed.
ain't that a mystery?
Yeah. So she places the vase down with the ice water.
She had to be taunting him.
Yes, and I do have to wonder, does the ice water make the flowers last longer?
So I was thinking about that myself, because I've never seen anyone put ice in a like flower.
Same. Why?
So either the ice will either kill the plant faster, because it's killing cells. Plants don't like the cold, shocker. Or
Yeah.
it's preserving it, because they're already dead.
Yeah, it might be slowing down stuff.
Because bacteria can't grow in ice.
Yeah.
Like, super cold kills bacteria. It also kills living cells, though.
We can look it up.
Well, and the thing is, flowers are alive as long as the stems are green. Flowers can live in a vase. They don't have the root system, but they can absorb water through the stem.
Well, when my great grandmother died, my mom went to the funeral. It was
Yeah, you take a flower.
It was a couple states away, so we didn't go up. She was gone for like a week. And when she came back, she had a rose. And she went, "I'm going to hold on to this as long as I can." And she did not put it in water.
So I put mine in water from in every funeral I've gone to. I've kept a flower and you put it in water.
Yeah.
And my uncle's lasted over 3 years before it fully dried out.
Yeah, we had like this little frame mirror or something. I don't remember what it was. It might have been like a key.
Oh, did she press it?
No. She like just set it on top of like this frame, whatever.
Yeah, and let it dehydrate.
And just let it go.
And it dehydrated and crumbled.
Yep.
Into dust.
In like a week.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
my uncle's rose, he had a yellow rose. He had yellow roses, and they lasted years. Another thing, people press them when they're fresh. I've seen people do that with their my mom did that with her grandmothers. And you can also dip them in resin. That's a common one these days.
Yeah.
And it'll preserve it perfectly inside the resin. And it's just a quick dip. Nothing gets in, nothing gets out.
you doing that motion made me immediately go to Peggy Hill with the fucking nitrogen or whatever the fuck.
Oh,
trying
to shatter it?
and just failing over and over.
I don't know how I feel about being compared to Peggy Hill.
It's just the scene of her trying to break a rose and it not working. The laws of physics are against her.
Yes.
It's great animation. It's so funny. But, yeah.
One last little note on this episode is, and I floated this theory to you during it, we don't see them, I like it, we don't see them talk after they get the helmets on. And if you're underwater, obviously sound doesn't carry through water to air. So I thought that was neat, and I always like she puts the tea bags in their helmets.
I want to back up a little bit because I noticed. I don't know if it was intentional or if Tom Kenny messed up because he's doing the dehydrated voice for a long time.
Yeah, when he goes, "I need it."
Yeah, not that, but after he drinks the water and he's running across, and you're Patrick going pinky,
out.
pinky. SpongeBob is also yelling things, and he goes from being very dehydrated to being normal, as if he's absorbed the water. I don't know if that's intentional or if Tom Kenny just like messed up the line read and they didn't catch it.
It feels good. I think it feels right to me.
Yeah.
Because he does, we see him dehydrate and fill up, and you see I like the lines coming off, and we see him vaporizing throughout the episode. He dehydrates.
Yeah, and I also love the animation when after Patrick opens the door and SpongeBob's limbs just go completely limp.
Yeah, he's like carrying a bag basically, or a wooden doll.
Hilarious. But
he goes limp, just letting it happen. We see Patrick dehydrate a lot faster than SpongeBob.
Yeah. But I did want to ask, how the fuck did Sandy think they were going to drink glass, like a tea through glass?
That's what the top's open. Maybe she thought they'd dump it in. She could have been. She could have been fucking with him the entire time.
It's a possibility. She feels like she's too nice at this point, though.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but I also like to think that SpongeBob knew what he was doing to the Strangler.
Yeah.
With these spiky cleats, anything's possible.
I don't know if it's funnier if he knew with the Strangler or not.
I've seen different people online debate if he knew or not.
Like, if it's ambiguous, I think that's the best way to leave it. Because then anyone can have their own interpretation.
Well, we've never seen him torture, at least in the classic season, anyone like that.
Yeah. But usually if they know, they'll, give the audience something. Like, Bugs Bunny...
He'll wink or something.
Bugs Bunny just, side-eyeing the camera and then just giving, the thumb point.
Yeah. He also, Bugs Bunny used to have the "Ain't I a stinker" line.
Yeah. We should watch some classic Looney Tunes at some point. I haven't watched...
I have seen a lot of them. I have the Elmer Fudd opera one memorized.
Yeah. I have not watched, classic Looney Tunes in years.
If you have cable or antenna TV, it comes on a lot. Or it did. But yeah, Tea at the Treedome is... I don't know. If you had to pick a favorite segment...
It would either be Tea at the Treedome or the pilot.
Well, yeah, obviously the Reef blower is a bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah.
For several reasons.
It's just, you have, the something smelly line from the pilot. But there's so many, good visual gags.
I will say we get to see SpongeBob flop in both of them. We saw him flop a lot early on.
Yeah.
He flopped tripping over the nail, and then he flopped, in the Treedome when he came in.
I was going to mention about we got sidetracked, which is good for the podcast. The opening line, other ideas we would have gone if it wasn't the pilots, were the something smelly line. Or what we really wanted to do was just meep at each other for a bit.
Meep, meep.
Meep.
Meep,
Meep, meep, meep. Hilarious. If it wasn't for it being SpongeBob. If it was any other show that wasn't I'm going to go get a job, then 100% I would have said, let's just open with meep.
I think one, the meeps are funny, just as a sound.
Yeah.
But two, I think the reason it works is... So in that setup for that, we hear Squidward pleading with them to just form an orderly line. You hear the pleading in his... They all stop, blink, meep a couple times, and then it becomes chaos. And it's the calm before the storm that makes it. They think about it.
It's a very funny segment.
I will say, they got a lot out of intonation and, context early on.
Yeah.
I can't imagine why. That's not an inherently funny thing to say. It's the way he says it and the context he says it in.
Yeah, there's so much that goes into, a really funny joke. But...
where's the leak, ma'am? Isn't an inherently funny phrase. You chuckle when I say because it's the way they do it.
So it wasn't, where's the leak, ma'am? I went directly to Finland, and I thought
Finland wasn't a real place as a kid because Patrick yelled that out.
I want to know if in Finland they yell Finland or if they yell the Finnish word for Finland,
Oh, that'd be fun.
which is Suemo, I think. I can't
I have
remember.
nothing. I know nothing about Finnish or
I-
Dutch.
I heard someone say there is a gun that is the Finnish word for Finland.
That's weird.
So because I watched, whatever, and they just brought that up. That this
Well, I
gun
know,
is the Finnish word
Like
for Finland.
Dora's inverted in Spanish. Bluey in French is inverted in that episode where the kid speaks French. A lot of shows do stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Suomi. That's what it is.
Okay.
So I want to know if in the Finnish version of that episode, if Patrick yells Suomi. Because that would be hilarious.
That would be fun.
Or
But then he's also yelling out a gun. That'd be like yelling out Glock.
yeah. But it's that's a thing that I always wondered with like other shows, like when they are speaking Spanish in this American
Yeah.
show in Mexico or Spain or
Yeah,
any Spanish speaking country, are they speaking English at that point, or are they speaking another language?
It's flipped. It's what you'd think it would be. Dora speaks mostly Spanish and teaches English in Spanish. And in the Bluey episode with the French character, they speak English and Bluey speaks French, and it's fun.
Yeah.
And Ni Hao Kai Lan, they speak Chinese most of the time and teach English. It's cool.
Yeah. So that was always something I was curious about as a kid. But
Dude, I would have paid money as a kid to see the different language version of a show.
There's apparently some shows that are really cool in other languages. Like I think it's the Spanish version of Digimon is like super faithful.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I guess censors were different back in the day in different places.
Yeah. So, and I think a lot of shows probably didn't like for Digimon specifically. Like a lot of places might not have gotten Pokemon first. So
That's a thought.
I don't know. I've not looked into it. But yeah, no, that is we have been going for almost an hour and a half. It's been an hour and 22 minutes.
I'd say at least an hour and 10 of that is good.
that has been the first the pilot episode to Two Things That Won't Work, a retrospective podcast. I think that went very well.
I had a good time. It felt natural.
We went about an hour longer than I thought we would.
If you need to cut it down a lot, but
No, that's fine.
There's
That's
a lot of tangents, but it's a podcast.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. The tangents were how I pitched it to you. Of like, we'll go off on tangents about like the episode or the show or whatever the fuck, and then we'll figure things out.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of podcasts like that where here's the premise, and then work around it.
Yeah,
Things tangentially related. Here's what the main talking point.
but I won't keep the wrap up too much. But if we continue like this, it'll be one episode. Like we'll go episode by episode until we get to a good stopping point for SpongeBob, and maybe we'll do something else.
Like halfway through season 4, and then
I don't know,
some others maybe.
but because I was telling you that I wasn't sure if we get enough content out of like one episode at a time, being like what we did here, which is the pilot episode of 3 segments, and then next time we'll do what is it Plankton and Rip Pants is the next episode.
Plankton. I don't remember the other one too.
Because when I had DirecTV, Rip Pants was said to be episode 1. So
It was on the DVD too.
yeah. So that's just kind of like my go-to of like that's episode 2 because of it. So we'll do those 2 next time, and if we just continue...
Bubble Stand and Rip Pants.
Bubble Stand and Rip Pants, that's it. So those will be the next
Oh yeah, Plankton's
2
episode's 3, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess. That'll be next. Bubble Stand, Rip Pants, and then the episode after that will be Plankton and whatever's tied to Plankton, which I don't know off the top of my head. But if you've made it this far, thanks for watching. You can find us, well, you can find me on Chronicle Reviews, YouTube.com. Hopefully, you can find this podcast on like Spotify and like a bunch of other stuff. I know it's going on YouTube. I'm going to try and get on Spotify. I don't know how to do that yet. So,
So if you're listening to this like 5 years down the road, leave a comment.
yeah. And there was one other thing we wanted to do, which is... Okay, we just have to pause real quick to remember exactly everything we needed. So we're going to play a game with the audience. This is something that Neon and I play all the time with each other, where we are going to describe a SpongeBob episode with very few words. We're going... Normally, me and him will throw out a hint, and then the other one will try and figure it out from that hint. But because this is an audio podcast and we can't hear the audience... we're going to go ahead and give you 3 hints, which I'm going to let Neon give in a second, and then whoever can guess the episode off those hints, we will pin them in the comments below. So, Neon, give us our hints.
So you are looking to name an episode in the comments that has canned food.
We're going to play a game with the audience. This is something that Neon and I play all the time with each other, where we are going to describe a SpongeBob episode with very few words. We're going... Normally, me and him will throw out a hint, and then the other one will try and figure it out from that hint. But because this is an audio podcast and we can't hear the audience, we're going to go ahead and give you 3 hints, which I'm going to let Neon give in a second, and then whoever can guess the episode off those hints, we will pin them in the comments below. So, Neon, give us our hints.
So you are looking to name an episode in the comments that has canned food. We see the doctor and a boot.
Yep. And all those appear in the episode or mentioned in the episode. And we kind of
They appear visually for this one.
Yeah, for this one, it's all visual. But sometimes we might throw out, say, if we throw out cheese, it could be someone just said cheese in an episode.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. Sometimes we try to be very easy with this one.
This is the first one, so y'all get easy this time.
And we will throw out... one of these every single episode, as long as we remember.
Yeah, and look for the episode in the next one. Look for the answer in the next one at the beginning, I believe.
Yeah, we can give an answer at the beginning, and then we'll throw out new clues. And it will never be the episode that we are currently on.
No.
Because that would be too easy.
It very much would.
But thank you very much for watching, especially if you have made it this far. And I hope to see someone guess the episode in the comments below. Share this with everyone you know that likes SpongeBob and everyone that doesn't. Why not?